Meet the shark. Hello everyone, and we're back on the last STember stream and the last Hunter stream today. So let's see if we can get this started. Well, we already know it'll be fine, but it's whether we can finish it. That's the issue. Got all my notes ready, so. Come on. Here we go. Oh, wait a minute. I'm on the wrong bit, aren't I? So I think we last saved on find food. Yep, last Hunter stream. So we got the green monk. And the problem is I'm on the 5th day. I'm just wondering whether we can skip the monk. We've got the injured soldier, but the injured soldier takes ages, but he gave us the... Just need to make sure the flying vehicles are destroyed. Problem is I'm supposed to do this in 6 days, and I'm on the 5th day already. So, probably not possible to do that unless I basically do a new run and then basically just destroy all the flying machines. I suppose we'll see what we can do so far, to be honest. We need to figure out how to get this bunker open now. It's right over there. It says sharks around here. Money, and there's a medical kit. Can't remember where the hacksaw was. I don't think it was in here because it was in a place that looked a little bit like a prison. Sure, it's on one of the smaller islands. Is it this one? I'm about to go in there because I got no pass. Oh, I do have a pass. I think this was empty. Oh, I'm wrong. I wasn't empty. It wasn't empty, sorry. I wasn't empty. What am I talking about? It wasn't empty. This is it. So I'm gonna have to come up behind. Oh no. No, this is where the hacksaw was originally, and then we got him out, and he told us about the injured soldiers. We had to come back here. The injured soldier told us about the bunker, so that's where we need to go next. Right, okay. Apologies, I'm trying to remember where. Trying to remember everything we did. There's a lot to this game. Yeah, it is. It's a lot. Yeah, you're right. There's a lot to it. Although I don't understand all the fetch quest missions, they're probably there to kind of A, show you how big this level is, and B, to pad it out a little bit more. See, if I just walk back a little bit. There's something on the floor here. Obviously can't. And I can actually use the mouse wheel to zoom in, which is kind of weird, considering mouse wheels weren't a thing when this came out. Yeah, look. I'm assuming that's the bunker. So something's got to open it. What opens up the bunker? I can't put anything next to it because I just get pushed back. There's like a big gap somewhere. And we did everything. I'm pretty sure we've seen everyone. Did say there was a few civilians around may help. I don't know where to look for the civilians. Are they in the houses? And that's where they usually are. I don't think there's any been outside. Usually what's outside is the guards. No, you can see it behind the building, not in it. There's something behind the building. It's like this kind of, I don't know if you saw it, but it's definitely some sort of square rectangle thing with another one on top. It also looks like it's going to open like this. I'm assuming you'll need something to get in there, but what, I don't know. I suppose I could just wander around here until I find a civilian. Yeah, so I basically had to use the zoom levels to actually see it properly. Fact. That's about as zoomed out as I can get. That's a flower. It takes me to walk anywhere, ages to walk anywhere, so I might as well use the hovercraft. Mind you, I'm going to be shot at a load, which is not ideal. That's why I was trying to use the car. But at least with the hovercraft, I can kind of go over to the island to the top left. Question is though, can I do things out of order? I don't know, I've done a little bit better in terms of landing it. No, not this time. It's a bit of a small area for me to land anyway. There's another one. There's a lot of helicopters on here. It is essentially just Helicopter Island, isn't it really? Yeah, so then the houses are the next one over. This is a slower one, which is good. You've destroyed a hospital. Oh dear. Wasn't planning to land on the hospital. Oh, people. There are many animals to eat. Is that all you're going to tell me? Nothing behind the pew. Is it pew? Can't remember. Nothing behind there anyway. Actually, let me just see if... No, they'll just say the same thing. Oh! Can you pick these up? You can. Okay. So if you're stuck finding food for the green monk, here's a place to go. Flares. And a car over there. Not that there's any point in having it. Washing machine. Let's reload. Don't tell me I have to go to the other side of the island or something, or the other side of the world, just to find one civilian to let us get into the bunker. There's gotta be something on that bigger island. Out. Thank you. think we've been here before. I vaguely remember something about empty houses. I guess this is probably going to be empty. Oh no. Well, it is empty, but wasn't empty. Nothing behind the sofa. I don't think any tents have anything in it. Yeah, I can't get into the tent. That was a trip mine, I think. Oh. What's this? The enemy stores. That's interesting. I'm going to go to that southern part, and if I can't find anything, I'm going to give up. And, oh, maybe not. Actually, I'm just going to look it up, because I have no idea. So it tells about the injured soldier. Talk to the soldier, give him antibiotics, done that. Will require even more, done that. Oh. The soldier will require more antibiotics before I will tell you the location of the general is, and that there is a handy scroll at 9173. We did see the scroll, but I don't remember the soldier telling me about the scroll. I came across the scroll accidentally, if I remember rightly. It says pick up the scroll, find spookily similar familiar prison, blow it up with grenades, bazookas, mine, or SM missiles from the helicopter. Then walk south out the screen into the bunker, and finally, if you still want to know. Okay, so you've got to blow up the. Right, okay. That's not the most self explanatory thing to do. To blow up the prison. So you remember that prison that we rescued the prisoner from? Well, we got to blow that up. I mean, I suppose I could fly the helicopter into it and watch you blow it up that way. Abandoned hospital destruction. Let's take the hovercraft over because it's an amazing machine. Oh, the guard tower got destroyed, so that's good. So it's the building we need to destroy. Fine, I can do that. Come on, let me drop her. It's not letting me do anything now. Tough building, yep. Ha! Destroyed an enemy soldier as well. Right, you're gonna let me in now. Need to enter. Oh, I need to scroll to enter the. Right, okay, fine. Fine. Where's that scroll? We did find it, so it's not like I'm totally cheating. What is it saying? 91. Y. 173. Here. Because I remember seeing it going, what on earth is that? If I remember rightly. Oh, for crying out loud. Right, let's find a scroll first. It's never going to be easy. At least the blowing up the building was fun. I'm glad I safe stated these. So it's this way. It's in one of the huts, I believe. I think I found it. Is it this one? Yeah, this random scroll here. Let's have fun. Blow up that bunker. Get in. Get the general's head and we're done. You know what had happened now. I basically got into the it was the tripwire thing that blew that up. That's fine, at least we've got some helicopters if we need it. 0 credits to destroy the prison. And there's a general. Blow him up with a grenade. Take his head. Come on, reduce the prison population. Right, I need to get to the helicopter quickly because we don't have much time. It is 9:44 in the morning, but that's going to quickly fade. No, fortunately, with 0 credits, even if it was on the enemy island as well, which is a bit of a rubbish thing. I don't know why it does this. Let's see if there's any fuel around as well. Yep. I'll need that for the helicopter ride. Yeah, how was I supposed to know the scroll was needed for the... I'm going to have to look at the last week's stream because I don't recall... I remember the bunker being given, but I don't remember anything else. Unless I had to give more antibiotics for that or I missed something, which is possible. I think here was some extra stuff. Yep. Fuel with no health. I want a relatively quick chopper. I think that's a relatively quick one. A 5-minute ad warning. Should do this within 5 minutes. Come on, land. Sod it. Crash landing. You have succeeded in completing your mission, for which you have been given 20,000 credits. You've been awarded a Great Aid Medal. You're promoted to Sergeant. Well done, you've completed the adventure game. So there we go. Bit of a cheat at the end, but to be fair, we did come across a scroll. I just didn't realise what it was there for. And I've done most other bits pretty much without the walkthrough anyway, so it's not too much of a bad thing. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a break now because we've got 3 minutes left before the ad starts. We'll come back in and we'll carry on playing this, but we'll do the missions if everybody's alright with that, because there's two other ones. We did the missions I think in the first one where it's just a small little bits you can do, and there's that other one that's there. I'll double check with you when I come back, so I'll be back in about 3. Apologies for that sigh there. I was just sitting, you know, when you sit down and you just like, ugh, that's pretty much what I did. And I was like, oh, I still got the microphone on. Don't think anybody's too bothered, but there we go. Anyway, so we've got options now. We've done the adventure game, and I've got another hour to play, to carry on playing this. So you've got a choice. We can either keep playing this, because there's two other scenarios, or we can just play some random ST games for an hour. Completely up to you. Oh, there you go. Get a nice little ending as well. Nicely drawn. So the other two are the action and missions. So the missions are... Oh, it's interesting how the hunter one's gone now, because we've done that. Another hunter mission, why not? Unless you've got a game you fancy playing. I'd have to go... The thing is, with the random stuff, I just basically went through and just looked at what looked interesting and stuff that I'd not really played before. Apart from Black Lamp, which was the one game that I'd been meaning to look for ages. And I'm quite happy I played that one again. You know, that one with the Jester, there was the platformer. The one that people think, when you put Jester and a platformer together, they think Harlequin, but that was the game that I was thinking of. So yeah, so the missions are the shorter ones, like the kind of, I think they get harder and harder, and an action is similar to a hunter, but it's not the same thing. I could just do the missions. Yeah, let's do missions. Because I've got nothing pressing, to be honest. And we start off with the credits as well. Missed destroy one fuel dump. And we've got to look at the logbook for the coordinates. Then return to the HQ hour 17 of day 1. So it is timed. You don't get the map straight away. I'm sick. Right, where's this fuel dump? Problem is, it doesn't give you the coordinates. That'd be good, because then I know where it is. I have to keep flicking just to see where this dot turns up. That's my only issue with this game, is how small the dot is usually. Ah, found it, it's here. Unless there is a zoom function and I've not seen it. Which is likely, but... Good to see there's a lot of boats around. I wonder whether these missions were put in as either A training thing, and or B, to test a game. And then they kept it in because I thought actually it's not too bad as a kind of extra. Ooh, someone's not happy with me. Done that one. It's mission 2. 1 radar unit, 1 comms hut. Return before hour 1 of day 2. Yeah, I know. Stupid thing pushes me back in. Hello there, Mikakami. Last day of STember. So we're just doing Hunter at the moment. I've already completed Hunter, which was part cheat and part not cheat. Radar unit is, oh, there. Comms hut is on the same island, even better. Okay. you don't think you've ever seen an Atari ST in real life. You've never actually played one. So it's the same wedge design as the Amiga. And it does have, I think if you leave it, unlike the Amiga where you've got to have workbench, the ST has, give me a second to tell you what. That's paused, cool. Right, I'll go and get my ST. They're not bad machines, to be honest. I think they came out before the Amiga did. And I think wasn't it? I don't know how it was done, but I think wasn't the Amiga going to come under ST? Well, not the ST, but the Atari first, and then it fell through for some reason, and then Amiga went over to Commodore, and then Tramiel decided to make the ST. Was it something like that? I can't remember. We're back in a minute. Right, now that it's paused, I'll show you my ST. So this is the 1040. Usually you get the 520. So the 520 would be, I think it's wrong to say it's the equivalent of an Amiga 500. I'm not, because this would not be the equivalent of a 1200. I think the equivalent for the 1200 is supposed to be the Atari Falcon. I think this is more like an upgraded 500 or something like that, because the 1040 really talks about the how much memory it's in it. So the 520 has got 512, I think it is, and the 1040's got about a meg of memory, and it's quite heavy because there is an internal power supply at the back, whereas the Amiga actually has an external power supply. So yeah, this is what it looks like here. And then you've got, what have I got at the back? I have printer, modem, hard disk, floppy disk, monitor, power reset, all at the back there. So the modem is this weird thing over here, and the monitor, I think, is one of these two. I think it's that one there. And you've got, not quite sure what this is on this side. So I don't know what that bit is there, but these two are for the MIDI, which is what the ST was really known for the MIDI side of things. So you can plug in like a MIDI synthesizer or something, you put them through here. I think that's what that was used for. And then you've got the standard floppy on that side. One annoying difference on the Amiga is up on this side here is where you put the mouse and the keyboard, mouse and the joystick. And I find them a bit difficult to put in because you've got to kind of put them in at an angle there. That's my only gripe with this machine, to be honest. I get that they tried to do it as a kind of, maybe they did it as a kind of, how would you put it, not stealth, like a design way of doing it. I can't think, because there's certainly some space here to put mouse and keyboard. Why they put it at the front, I don't know. If anybody knows, that'd be good to find out why that is. Probably more like a 500 plus or 600. Yeah, maybe. Yeah, it's awkward to do. Yeah, that's right. And there were some games whereby I think, because actually one of them is mouse or joystick, and the other one is just purely joystick. And I think, if I remember rightly, there are some games that switch, and you have to take the mouse out to put the joystick in. I don't think there's many games that do that, but there are some, I think. That's why on the Mister you have an option that says swap joystick, and I think that's the reason for that. I vaguely remember some games doing that, but not all. Makes it feel more like a games console that way. Possibly. I don't know. Either way, the machines aren't that bad. They're kind of, you know... I do like the fact that it's got the gem desktop, which is the little green desktop. And you just basically turn it on, you leave it for a moment. So you turn it on, it'll access a disk, or it'll try to access the hard drive at the back. And if it doesn't, I think you've got like 30 seconds, and then it loads up the little green desktop where you've got just folders and access to hard drive. Actually, that's one thing that's a bit better of this over the original Amiga 500, because you never got the you didn't originally get a hard drive, remember. I think you could get it as a side caddy, but this one already has a port for the hard drive. And for me, I have this. This is the Ultra Satan, and this goes. This is basically an SD card. SD card for the hard drive. I'd never seen a real SD hard drive. But that's the retro modern version. So that cable goes into the back here, and then you've got the power switch, and it's powered by that small part here is powered by you know, those old Samsung phone cables. It's one of those that powers it. But yeah, even the SD gets the retro modern treatment with Gotex and things like that, so it's got that going for it. The only thing that's a bit of a bugger I found is upgrading memory, because I tried with that ZRAM, but it's not... I don't find, at least the old STs, the STF I've got here is just not fun to do. I've heard some other revisions of boards are much better, or I think STFM is a bit better. STE might be a better one as well. So I think that's what Amiga wins on, because at least with the Amiga you can stick memory in a trapdoor, and it's not so much of a hassle. It might be a bit of a pain to get it in through the trapdoor, like I've seen with people with the Terrible Fires. And I remember myself, even when I have the desktop version, getting the Terrible Fire in was a bit of a bugger. But at least you can just slot it in and it's fine. Provided extension cables for the ST so you can stick out the ports for easy swapping. Oh right, so you could get extension cables for this part here. Actually, that's quite interesting. I'll have to see if I can find some, because that would be good. But yeah, I think most people say if you're going to get an ST, get an STE. It's probably a better option. Because I think they're similar. What's the difference between the ST and STE? I can't remember. Oops. Somebody in chat wants to put that difference in, please do. Other than that, I'm just going to have a quick look. STE has an improvement in the sound department, more channels. And it's also got double colour palettes apparently. It's very easy to upgrade the memory on an STE apparently. There's also the STE joystick sockets, which I don't know much about. I've seen it on the on the Mister, but when I turn the STE joysticks on, it just basically fails on the joystick that I'm using. Yeah. Google a lot of upgrades. I'll put in the Atari forum that I've just seen here. So have a look. So that is probably my recommendation. I got the ST. I got this here because I went to there was a convention. It's still going on, I believe, called the what was it called? It was basically Atari Jaguar convention. Jagfest, that was it. So somebody was selling a bunch of these STs, and I picked one up while I was there. So this has been brought all the way from Germany. It is English. Works perfectly fine. And the same person that I got this from was also showing off this big black box. It was essentially the Atari Panther. So that was an interesting year. Was that the same year they had, those shop displays where you can play the console? Obviously, this was for the Jaguar. It was playing, I think that was the same year it was playing Alien vs Predator on there. But, yeah. Anyway, I'm rambling now. So there you go. That is my ST, my 1040. It needs a bit of TLC because I think the keyboard cable is gone. Not gone, it's just pulled off. And one thing I find is it's like this little small block that sits on the actual keyboard mechanism itself, because when you take off the ST, it's very similar to when you take off the Amiga, because you've got the same kind of wedge shape RF shield. I'm pretty sure that both of them you sit on top of the RF shields. So with the Amiga, it's just a cable that's soldered in onto the oh no, it's a ribbon cable, isn't it, on the Amiga? You push it in. With the ST, it's like on PCs, when you put on the what do you call it? The little black plugs, the little black sockets. The same ones you put in for the PC speaker, which is old. The power switch, the LED, that small black one, those ones. Yeah, the Molex cables, that's the one. So it has the Molex cable for one bit, and then for the other bit, it's got this small white block that fits onto the board itself. And that small white block came off, and I looked at it. It took me ages to find out where it is, and I thought I'd broken it because the pins were so small. But apparently it's just easy to pull off, I think. So I think I just need a glue gun just to put it in and just keep it on there. But yeah, that's as far as I remember from what the ST is. But yeah. Anyway, let me pull this back. Yeah, I also bought some 3D printed stands for the machines I've got. So, those ones that kind of look like it's kind of shaped like this, and then you kind of put so if you imagine it's like this here, and you put the computer on there, so it just leans like that. So I've got a couple of those, and that's what it's sitting on at the moment. It's better than. I suppose it's better than lying it flat, because otherwise it just takes up a load of space. So that's why I've done it that way. One of them's broken because when I put it on, it pushed on that edge bit and it broke it off. So I need to buy another one of those, to be honest. I got them on eBay. I was looking for I think I just looked for. Did I look for Amiga stands or something? And I think they cost me £15 for the pair. Let me just have a quick look if you don't mind. Sure, I found it through eBay. Yeah. Put this in chat so you can see what I mean. I don't think they're exactly the same, but they're very similar. Oh, they might be actually. Yeah, I think they are the same. I hate eBay's massive URL link. Right, that's pretty similar, or almost the same as the ones that I got. It's a bit, mine's like kind of deeper colour, so I need one for the Spectrum. I'm going to try and see if there's one for Nintendo 64, because that's my other half's the Nintendo 64. No, I don't think there is one. There stands for the well, actually, there is a stand. It doesn't actually show you the stand, it just shows you leaning it up. Okay, whatever. Anyway, I'm rambling, but that's that. I get a few of those when it gets my shelves back. Yeah, because I've got garage shelves, which is good for putting the board games on. And I've got the very top shelf. I'm not going to show you because it's messy, but the very top shelf I've got a bunch of. Sometimes I keep boxes, so I've still got the Checkmate box, and I've got my New Rocks Boots box, and a few of the boxes up there. And I've got, yeah, like I said, I've got some board game section, and then I've got one section that's just basically pretty much all the machines that I've got. So, yep. What was there? Comms, hooks. Oh yeah, we were going to go over there. That's right. Zoom. Speaking of Molexy stuff, I remember when I was, if you remember the 486, which will be coming back out in December. Just put this back on webcam stream. I bought these. So the ones with the Molex bits at the back. I've still got a bunch of them because I only needed two. It was when I was putting the PC speaker onto the board, because it's got I had to find the pinouts for it, and that's why I got the PC speaker going, working on that machine, and then I remember the first time I got the PC speaker working on that machine, and the cat had never heard PC speaker before, and she was like, "What's that?" To the point where she pushed her nose to the bottom, like she's like this with the bottom of the PC, because she's trying to like wonder where this like noise is coming from. She puts a paw onto the grill bit, and she's like trying to get into it. Anyway, in the end, I think after a couple of streams with it, my other half was like, "Is there any way you can kind of turn it off because it's a bit loud?" But luckily with the my ESS audio drive, it's got a PC speaker header, so I could pipe it through the sound card, which makes it even better, because then when I'm streaming, you can hear the actual PC speaker, which you may or may not want to hear, but you know, at least you can get some authenticness out of the stream. Did it say to destroy it? I can't remember. That bloody... No, you're not going to hit me again. You can forget it. My life's gone down thanks to that. And I got no health. So I think this is the first thing we're going to blow up. No, go away! At least I've got back some credits. Oops. Looks like I can't resurrect the soldier. Actually, I'll take the bike this time. And then we'll take the helicopter just to make it fun. See if I can land it, because I have landed the helicopter, I assure you, just not very regularly. I find the whole pressing fire down to land it doesn't always work. This is a slow one, I think. Yeah. Oh, it's the fuel dump, I forgot about that. Teach you to start shooting at me. Yeah, I went a bit overkill by killing those with the timed explosives, but I thought, well, you know. There's a shark. I think also what I'll do on the on return of the Amiga Monday is we'll look at some of the games that we played on the ST. They're also have Amiga ports. So I'm quite interested to see what Killing Cloud looks like. And the what was the other one? Cyber Assault or something. It's basically this mixture between how would you describe it? I suppose you describe it almost like Dungeon Master in a way. But you've got a mouse you can move around. So basically, you're on a ship and it's first person mode, but you wander around using arrow keys. You can press the arrow buttons like you could in Dungeon Master. But the problem is when you get into the rooms with the robots in, you then use the mouse to shoot them because it's like I won't call it an on rails because you're in control of the movement. But the movement is very kind of almost Dungeon Master like because it's like square, 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 that sort of thing. And I did like the kind of it was a little bit different. It was an interesting game. Then you got the Killing Cloud, which was the that really 3D one where you had the kind of flying bikes. That was an interesting one. Oh, Beast Lord, that one. It played a little bit like Tir na Nog in a way, where you had you could go into and out the screen because there was kind of little doors, but instead of having one way that you could walk, you couldn't actually go this way. You could actually go this way within the so it's a bit more 3D. So that would be another one to look at. What was the other one? There was another one beginning with K we played. Let me just check. What was the other one? No, it wasn't the K. It's called The Last Trooper. We never got around to playing Mighty Bomb Jack. That was the one thing we didn't get to play. But yeah, I'll have to see if The Last Trooper is on the Amiga as well. ST versus Amiga head to head. Well, I couldn't play them at the same time, unfortunately. Oh, helicopter. Be interesting to see if the hovercraft isn't on this game. Completely forgot my copter skills. I should have pulled the helicopter so it's like this rather than plowing it into the ground. Yeah, anything useful to say? Love stealing your car. That bull again. I swear it's got a vendetta against me. Oh. I have no land grenades. No, because I used them to shoot all the soldiers in there, so... fine. Rocket launcher did well. Did not get attacked this time by the defences, so I'm assuming it's only programmed to shoot offensive vehicles like tanks. How many bazookas this will take? Got you. I suppose what I could do for the sort of semi head-to-head with the ST and the Amiga is I could just basically pull up at the previous stream. We could just have a quick look at a clip of it to remind ourselves what it was like, and just play the Amiga version. That might be an idea. And I did ask Antaeus about whether this game would be faster on my machine with me having an accelerator, but he tried on the Pi Storm and said it wasn't that much more faster. Surely these huts has got something interesting. Oh. Okay. So you can jump out the vehicle when it's going forward. That's interesting. The one thing I do like about this is that the fuel cans aren't specific to the vehicles, so you can use the same fuel for anything. more fuel randomly on an island. Good thing that the Jeep didn't blow up then. It would have been a bit of a disaster. Five-minute ad warning. Maybe I should have swum the other way from the south. I think that would have been a bit less life consuming. So the mission done. Three wind turbines. Hour 8. Day 2 it said. It's over here, isn't it? Yep. All around this area. So if I grab that Jeep again and go north of the island, I should see those helicopters we found. Oh, I thought we were on this island. No? Sure we went past them. Oh wait, we did. We did. I think I went the wrong way. Hang on a minute. I'm sure we saw them. Oh. 3 minutes.
Look at you, hacker. A pathetic creature of meat and bone, panting and sweating as you run through my corridors. How can you challenge a perfect, immortal machine? In 2072, a rogue artificial intelligence known as Shodan lost her mind. In her limitless imagination, Shodan saw herself as a goddess, destined to inherit the earth. That image was snuffed out by the hacker who created her.
February 3rd is the day the magic happens. The Von Braun, the first starship in history capable of traveling at faster than light speed, will undertake her maiden voyage. This incredible journey is the result of teamwork between the UNN Protectorate and the incredible scientific minds at the newly relicensed Tri-Optimum Corporation. Imagine being able to travel to distant star systems in a period of weeks. It's all part of Tri-Op's commitment to the future. The Von Braun is packed with over 1.8 billion flight, scientific, and security systems, nearly all developed by Tri-Optimum and its wholly owned subsidiaries. Providing security for the Von Braun as she plows through the heavens will be the UNN Rickenbacker. At her helm will be no less than Captain William Bedford Diego himself, hero of the Battle of Boston Harbor during the Eastern States Police action. This incredible union of government and corporation is made possible by an intricate series of docking mechanisms that will allow the Rickenbacker to piggyback its way into jump space. Sleek, fast, revolutionary. Who knows what wonders await our crews in the bosom of the cosmos? All we do know is that it's a great day for mankind.
Unauthorized access to engineering control. Unauthorized access to engineering control. Class C security alert.
I have cat at the moment, so give you look at this. Come here. Stop trying to tear my. Careful the way you put your claws. Very good at digging your claws in and just pulling. And just tends to grip on. And what worries me is my t-shirts. There we go, I thought we'd found some helicopters. Let's not try and ram raid them. What? No. Oh, thank God. Nope, there we go. Good landing. Cat, do you mind not doing that? I know you won't fuss. Is there a need to rip half my shoulder off because you don't have tension? I was lucky with the landing. Landing. It's just getting the firing down is so it's firing up to fly it up. Then don't touch anything. Just take your controls off when you get to a good height, and then push forward. But just be aware that if you go too far forward, you can go down. And then to do the landing, right yourself, and it's down and fire. But sometimes it doesn't do anything. So you got to do it a couple of times. So that was a net zero. Because a seagull got in the way. don't think we're going to win this mission. I can't remember if it said 8 on the second day or 16. And now I've lost a chopper. I was hoping to find a boat by now. There's a tank. Yeah, we've not found one of those yet, but then again, we've not really explored a lot of this island. I don't mean just this island, I just meant the map, sorry. Yeah, thanks, Kat. Where did I put that chopper? I'm going to call it soon. Oh, there's one. I don't know if it's the one we used. Am I going to get to the land before I die? No. Might as well call it now, actually. I was going to wait for another 10 minutes, but I am quite tired at the moment. Right, that is it then for the stream, if anybody doesn't mind. Like I said, I'm quite tired now. I've had a couple of long days, so hello there, Dinarin. I'm just about to go, sorry. Yeah, just done Hunter basically. Feel free to check out the VODs, but we did Hunter. We've looked at a couple of the missions, and I think we've got to about the same place as we did the last time. We might have gone a bit further actually, but we destroyed a few more helicopters and landed a couple. I think the best one was accidentally landing in the hospital and blowing the building up. Don't think I could do that again if I tried. But yeah. Anyway, thank you everyone for popping in. It's been a good event, good STember. If you remember last year I did something similar. I don't think we called it STember at that point, but I did do, I think last year I did Amiga April, and then because I did so much Amiga I just wanted a break, so I decided to do something on AST, and that's what we did last year. And I think Hunter was suggested, I think about the month after, and I never got round to doing it, but I have done this year, which is good. So yeah, we'll definitely do STember next year, following Amiga August, because it fits better in my schedule that way. So that'd be good. Hopefully by that point I'll get the real ST sorted. Like I said, I think it's only the keyboard that's come out of it. Everything else should be okay, but at some point I need to investigate some proper memory upgrades. I might have to look at the sim upgrade option, which will be a bit easier, because all I've got to do is I've got to set like the old one where you had to open up the blitter box take out the chip and put whatever it is to sit over where the chip is, and you put the chip back on top. The sim option does something similar there, but then there's kind of stuff that comes out and it allows you to put sim memory in it. Whether I can get one of those at some point, I don't know. Maybe I might have to explore doing a Raspberry Pi option, which I'd rather not do, but I'll have to see. Because the problem is with some games I'd love to play on this, on real hardware, that go over the 1 meg option. I'll give you an example. So one of the games that I think I first saw it on an Ashen stream was called Grandad. And the one that he played was Grandad 2. So let me show that off. What are you doing? I don't know what you're doing. Just once. Thank you. There we go, there's Grandad. No, that's Grandad, sorry. Grandad 2. The intro to this is actually quite good. I think in the first game you're just locked in a house. In the second game you come out of the house. But it needs at least 2 meg to run. Says this game contains the occasional male swear word and the odd flash of booby. It may not be suitable for younger children or lager drinking anorak wearers. I suppose that if this were a film it would be rated PG, but it isn't, so I'll give it my own rating of 57. This of course means absolutely nothing. No, don't skip the intro, please. There we go. So you're on a trike this time. Yeah, I like the T2 intro there. I'm not going to read this because we're going to look at this at another time, but I just want to quickly show off the first few screens of this. It is basically a point and click in a way. Or adventure at least. I can't remember if it's, yeah, hang on, here we go. Yeah, it's joystick driven. Can't see anything worth picking up. suppose it's more akin to AGI, like King's Quest, with it going like this. You got talk. There's a caretaker. He says, "Hey man, be careful of that crack path." You say, and you can pick, "You wouldn't see a caretaker with hair like that in my day. Did you see where I put my sandwiches? Get on with caretaking rather than leading that spade. We were never lazy in my day." So it's, yeah, I'll pick that one. Chill out, man, get with the 20th century. So, yeah, it's very, don't know if you get told off for going in here. There's a bottle of perfume next to the sink. Can we get it? Yep. Ladies' bog. You read the graffiti. Sex is like a snowstorm. You never know how many inches you'll get or how long it'll last. The graffiti says, "My husband sleeps under the bed. I think he's a little potty." "I wish I could drink like a lady. I can take 1 or 2 at the most. 3 puts me under the table and 4 puts me under the host." Men call us birds. Is that because we pick up worms? Roses are red, violets are blue, and mine are pink. So yeah, it's just basically kind of a silly game, that really. But that's one I definitely want to see if I can actually run on real hardware. We'll play the first one first, because like I said, the first one is where it's stuck in the house. I can't remember if I've actually completed that or not. And then there's this one, which is the outside bit. Anyway. Now I can't quit it. Right, anyway, thank you everyone for popping in. And I will be back. Well, it won't be Friday because I'm away for Play Expo, but I will put a stream in on Thursday. So what we'll do whatever we're going to do on Friday. And considering it's now October, we're back to normal schedule. And that is going to be the real-time strategy game we started before. In fact, we started 2 months ago, to be honest. So this was KKND. I have to remind myself where I'm up to with KKND. So if you're not sure what KKND stands for, it's Crush, Kill and Destroy. It's made by, I think, it was published by Melbourne House, which you may remember from the Spectrum days. So those are the same people. I don't know if they made it, but they definitely published it. The game itself was actually pretty good from what I remember. I only played a demo of KKND 2, I never played the first one, and I'm enjoying it so far. So that's the main thing. Then Blackpool will take me through the weekend, which means there's going to be no Sunday stream. Then Monday we can look at some of the ST games we looked at during STember, and then the Monday following that we'll go back to the usual Amiga Monday schedule, and that is usually looking at Amiga format CD discs, and I think we're playing Degeneration, as well as occasionally popping in with Deuteros, which I've not played so far, so that's going to be a while before I get back to that again. Well, not a while, but probably a little later in the month. And then what do we do Tuesdays? Tuesdays we play RPG games, and I need to finish Exile Escape from the Pit. I'm pretty sure we're close to it, but it's just that small little bit that I need to get done. I can't remember whether I said I was going to try and do some grinding, but the problem is my characters are such high level now that most of the monsters disappear when I kind of approach them, and I don't have much areas to start fights in, or at least have fights where I've got I can pick up some decent XP at the moment, so I'm not sure. We'll have to see on that one. Anyway, thank you, Critical. I will try and have fun in Blackpool. I usually do anyway. Be interested to see what arcades are out this year. They do have a good selection usually. Sometimes you get to see some rotary stick games, like what was seen. I think I've seen a Carry Warriors event finally with the rotary stick, and there, Antaeus. I think I've seen. I was going to say Resident Evil. That's not what I mean. Midnight Resistance. I've seen that as a rotary stick game. That was a good one. The weirdest thing I've seen as an arcade, I think, so far was the Baby Pac-Man arcade thing, because it's like a combination between a pinball machine and an arcade bit. So you play the pinball bit, and the ball goes into a certain area, and the game flips into the top part. And I can't remember if it's another Pac-Man thing. I can't remember how you play it. Was it with the flippers or something? Something weird. Anyway, it's kind of a weird one. Is Baby Pac-Man. But yeah, if you've only just popped in, then test, apologies. This is my ending. If not, thank you for the lurk. We will, like I said, we'll definitely return back to STember. Try to play the pinball bit and the front bit falls off. It didn't happen with me. I remember, speaking of something like that, I remember going to Arcade Club at Blackpool, and we walked in, and they've got 2 pinball tables on the ground floor just before you go upstairs, and they were cleaning up the glass, because I'm assuming, because there's like this glass that's on the top that you can see through, I'm assuming that it shattered, or somebody broke it, or so, I can't remember, but I do remember that as what I'm assuming had happened at Play Blackpool. No, at the Arcade Club at Blackpool. Did with me at Play Expo. Jeez. Did someone come to fix it, or was it basically just turned? I'm assuming somebody did fix it. Or was it like one of those ones where it gets fixed by being put as out of order for the rest of the weekend? That sometimes happens. You'll get there, they'll have this arcade on that works for about 5 minutes, and then you don't get to play it for the rest of the weekend. It doesn't always happen with all of them, but just like 1 or 2 that happens with. I think they left it. Okay. Never a good thing when it's a favourite one. I think one of the arcades I used to quite enjoy playing was Radmobile. Yeah, so yeah, Radmobile's a good one. They've not brought that one out in a couple of years, I think. Was just Gauntlet, you played 1 level in the game reset. I think I've seen a couple of the 4-player that stops like that. Yeah, I think actually Gauntlet last year didn't. Yeah, because it'll go past, and sometimes somebody plays it, and they get bored partway through, and they go and leave it, and then you've got this character just sat there, and you can't It's either you can't play it because it's partway through, or you can't reset it, or something weird like that. And there's so many credits in there. There's like sort of 100 and odd credits, which means they're never going to die for the next few hours. That's another frustrating one sometimes on the arcades at Play Expo. Interesting talks this year. RJ Michael supposedly is turning up. I have heard rumours that he doesn't end up turning up, so I hope they've got a backup plan. Because I think he did it for somebody said, which event was he going to turn up at? Was it one of the UK events and he just didn't turn up? It was something like that. Who else have we got for the just looking at the talks at Play Expo this weekend. Simon Phipps, the man behind Rick Dangerous. Co-founder of Revolution Software, Tony Warrener. Charles Cecil. John Romero's back. Jeff Minter, that's going to be a good one, I think. Apparently the Vectrex Mini is coming to the Play Expo. So yeah, some good talks this year then. Yeah, I know of Charles Cecil, but Tony Warren I've not heard of. RJ Michael was instrumental in the Amiga, if I remember rightly. Let me just have a quick look. American computer programmer and hardware designer. RJ Michael is best known for creating the user interface intuition for the Amiga, for the Commodore Amiga, contributing to the design of Amiga hardware and co-designing with Dave Needle the Atari Lynx Color handheld and a 3DO interactive multiplayer. So yeah, that's quite a feat. So that's RJ Michael. I'm sure you would have heard of Jeff Minter. Simon Phipps I have heard of, but in passing. I may have had somebody buy the other Doom book from John Romero. Depends how much cash I end up getting. Anyway, I'm going to have to start sending you all off because otherwise I'll be rambling. And I do need to get off. Who have we got on today? Just checking a couple of people. You know what? It's been a while. Let's go raid Mac, who is playing Rise of the Triad episode, the new one apparently. Let's start that raid. I'm assuming this new Triad episode is current, as in 2023. It does say it in brackets. I didn't know they'd done another one. No problem, Denarium. Right, okay. That's ready and set. So, hopefully see you all Thursday. And, yeah, see you all Thursday, and until then,